Hello everyone, welcome to Dominions 5. Now, this is going to be, I guess you could call it something of a spiritual successor to my old Learning Lemuria from Dominions 4, that series, but in this case I'm going to be focusing more on how Lemuria has changed from Dominions 4 to Dominions 5, so we'll just get into it. We'll have a random map, medium. We'll go with few. We'll do some wraparounds. It doesn't really matter. Late ages. We'll have 4 extra players. That'll do. So we go for Lemuria here. Actually, even a scrub like me, normal AI is not that difficult. So we'll just go up to difficult AI. It's not like, doesn't really matter. This is only a demonstration game. Doesn't matter if I get my butt kicked. And you can all laugh at how bad I am at the video games. So here we're going to see. I think this text is all the same. Doesn't matter if it's changed anyway. The general gist of the story will be the same, but we can see here the Campus Scalaris, which is the magic site we start with. This only produces 9 death gems. In Dominions 4 it produced 15, but as compensation for that, temples actually produce death gems for Lemuria, so that is an important change. Alright, now here we see another big change, which we'll see the reason for this when we actually get into the game, but you no longer need to start with an awake pretender with death magic of 3, which by an amazing coincidence is what this actually happens to be. That wasn't planned, that just happened. Because you actually start with a mage now. In Dominions 4 you started with, I think it was a Centurion and a Shadow Tribune. Now you actually start with the Lemur, who has 2 levels of death, so you can do a few summons, not the top level summons, but it gives you a much greater range for your pretender. You don't need to tank your scales and have an awake mage. You can go with an awake pretender, or you can go with someone imprisoned and decent scales and a massive bless, or however you like. Having said all that, I'm still going to go with my standard something of a rainbow. Let's see. You do need high dominion, at least 7. We'll tank all these. You start with death 3, that's normal. We'll go for research 3 because that's very important. Sorry, magic 3. Don't get any bless because we have no points. That's fine. And that's an exact... Oh, there we go. Exactly 0 design points. Anyone would think I'd planned this. That's fine. All praise Etta. Right, now we are going to bump this up a bit. Magic sites are quite important for Lemuria. Your gem economy is very, very important. We're also going to have our own events common. I have found, like normally the income I rely on is lots of events, but good luck events that gives you lots of gold and gems. I've found that if you have random events left on rare, you don't actually get that many events, even though I think it was, I don't remember the exact percentage that it had on the pretenders, but it was quite high. And yet they don't seem to have it very often, so I'll just leave that there. I'll leave all these disabled for the moment. We'll have a renaming. Standard Dominions YouTube convention. If anyone wants their name on a character, just leave a comment somewhere and let me know, and I'll do my best to accommodate you. Thrones... It doesn't really matter, we'll just leave it as default. Now, while this map is being generated, I will point out that I don't guarantee I will find every, or have already found every single change. So if I do miss anything, feel free to leave comments pointing them out. I also am not going to guarantee strategic competence. Anyone who's seen any of my previous videos would know that I'm not really all that smart when it comes to the Dominions, so yes, we'll see what we shall see. I'm sure this will finish soon. Right, here we go. So, as I mentioned before, instead of your Shadow Tribune, you now start off with a Lemur Thaumaturg. Now, this is a good place to point out some other differences. Stat-wise, if the mod inspector is to be believed, the stats of the commanders are the same, except for the Centurions and the Consuls have one less defense skill. I believe this is because the short sword has changed its defense values from Dominions 4 to Dominions 5, so it's not that their stats are worse, it's that the weapon is slightly different. Anyway, if we go along here, we can see, where are some changes? This is new, Spirit Sight. Instead of Dark Vision, they now have Spirit Sight, which is basically Dark Vision, plus you can see invisible units. I'm not exactly sure what invisible units are, but maybe we'll find out. Magically attuned researcher. Double the normal effect of the magical scale when researching. So where I have set my magic to 3, that would normally give you +3 research. With all my mages, that will actually give me +6 research. So that's very handy. Magic power, I'm pretty sure this is new for Dominions 5. I don't remember it from Dominions 4. That gives you bonuses to a few of your things. Yeah, magic power. Strength, magic power, attack, and defense, I think. Do you speed? Yeah, get extra combat speed as well. Anyway, it gives you a boost to a few of your stats in a province, once again, with high magic. I think that's it for these. We'll have to wait until I get some of my Grand Lemurs or Consuls for more stat changes. Anyway, we're going to turn on province names with 9 and is it Control 3? Yes, that puts our candles there. We can see it just behind there. I think that's all we need to start with. Let's there, see, death gems per month 1 from a temple. So there's that. Now, aside from that, right, our research, I think it's, whoop, hang on, right click. If we want to rush our research to anti-magic, because otherwise all our level 3 priests just keep spamming that protection of the Shadelands thing. This will also get us to the Revenants on the way, which is what I always used to use for my research mages. Just summon at least one of them every turn to get research going. Not as necessary anymore, because, again, we have potential researchers, even without an Awake Pretender. After enchantment, we probably want some conjuration. What can we get in conjuration? Yeah, Whites and Banes. Actually, we might even want construction up to level 4, and then some conjuration. We'll do that for now. We'll just do we want to profit you? I mean, you can make him a profit now. The thing is, do we want to wait for a level 4 profit? What spells does that give us? Level 4 gives us Power of the Shadelands, which, I mean, that's kind of useful. Not really necessary, though, so... Yeah, right, we'll make you a profit. Just spread out a minion because it's very useful to get high dominion. What do we got? 54. We seem to have a rather bad start here. A lot of bad guys around. Alright. You guys can fire at the closest. We'll put you in a line up the front. I might be able to take out that province, but that's about all I'm likely to be able to do. Alright. You can cast... Well, I mean, I don't have any sacreds yet. You sacred? You are sacred. Not that I have a bless, it'll only give me +1 morale at the moment. Bear tribes... We do need to expand, but we don't need to do it just yet, I guess. So, actually, we can use you now that you're a prophet. We can use you to call some spirits. Level 1 enchantment. What does that give us? Yeah, useful. That's kind of useful. Less so, we've already got a lot of commanders. Alright, how many? That's up a few more troops there. We'll set you to guard at the moment because I don't really have enough yet. 43 troops, that should be enough to take out some enemies. And we ended up getting a free spawn. So what are you? You're better in the dark. Aside from that, there's not much different, I don't think. That is the Shadow Tribune, of course. Level 1 priest. 30 gems. We can get a consul. We could get a scout. Get some chaff. For the moment, we might just leave you on research. Keep building up our gems. How about you two go? And you can... no? Cast spells. There we go. So we need to get territory. We need to build lots of temples. Alright, so we've got Ulm and Satis. And I guess from this we know that we won this battle, but we'll have a quick look at it anyway. There's cavalry there. I didn't notice that. Possibly should have been paying more attention. Actually, on the subject, here's another change that I should mention. Spectral weapons. In Dominions 4, it was a magic resistance to negate, but now, if the target passes their magic resistance check, they only take half the damage instead of negating all the damage. So that is quite an important change. And my prophet has decided to go charging in. So probably should have set up your orders a bit better, I think. However, he managed to survive. Alright. Yeah, we lost some troops, unsurprisingly. And an event, we got some blood slaves. Well, I have no particular use for blood slays, but nonetheless. There's heavy cavalry's there. I think I might give that province a miss for now. Alright, you guys... how much? I've got money. It might behoove you to build a temple, while you go up and conquer more territory. 40 gems. Not really enough yet to do much in the way of summoning, but let's see. Another battle here. And I completely forgot to change my prophet's orders. Some of them running. Yeah, that's enough for that. We win that. We only lost one that time. Alright. Defense, and you... Perhaps you should go on to cast spells instead. Let's see now. If we check temples now... 2 death gems a month. Much better. Much better indeed. What we might do here is we might get ourselves a Grand Lemur. You can go to there. You should be able to take that. You're gonna have to... You can't go from there to there, so you're gonna have to come back and collect more troops anyway. And that's about it for this turn. These initial turns are fairly quick. See, he's spamming protection of the Shadelands. That's why we want to get up to... We want to get up to anti-magic. It's not so much a thing with a prophet who is only a priest, but our Grand Lemurs are level 3 priests, but also have death and astral, plus a potentially random air or water. So they can do a lot more useful things. Unfortunately, the AI seems to think that protection of the Shadelands is extremely important. Well, I'm fairly certain that, yeah, they probably would find a better place to live than my pop-killing Dominion. Nonetheless, 415 gold. How much is a temple? Yeah, we can build a temple there. So far my gem incoming type, or gold incoming events haven't really eventuated. You got an astral random, that is good. Now here is another important change to immortality. See, in Dominions 4, immortal only worked... Right, if you die, you come back to life in your own home province in about 3 months, give or take. In Dominions 4, this only worked if you died in your own Dominion, which made it more difficult. Well, not more difficult, it was just more of a risk to charge forwards into enemy territory. It was better to attack into a province that already had your Dominion in it. In Dominions 5, immortality works in any Dominion. There is another form of this ability called Dominion Immortality, which is the old immortality and only works in your Dominion. That sounded a bit confusing, that sentence. It made much more sense in my head. I'm pretty sure you figured out what I mean, though. So yeah, that's quite important change. It means, like, that throne is not currently under my dominion. I wouldn't have to hesitate attacking into it, assuming, you know, I thought I could take it. There's not even any real risk. If your characters die, or your heroes die, your commanders, they'll come back to life, so you don't lose the gems you spent on summoning them. You do lose their items if they have magic items. That can be a problem, but it's not as bad as losing someone who may have experience, maybe a worthy hero. Can we find the Hall of... Yeah, there are some in the Hall of Fame, none of mine. But, you know, if you have someone who's in the Hall of Fame and they die, well, they'll come back. So it's not a massive problem. What I might do is I might get you to summon an Acolyte. We'll take up most of the rest of my gems, but it'll let us see another commander type. We've already checked your stats. You're building a temple, you guys are moving. Yeah, we've got a decent army in here. What can you... Actually, probably better, what can you forge? Not really much at the basic level. No, nothing I really care about yet. That's why I've got construction in there. Anyway. Jibalba. They now have a profit. Unexpected event in Lemuria. Province income. Probably not going to last too long when the population all dies. We got a hero. And we got a famous hero. Nightworm is now... Lightning Reflexes has increased defense skill. That's less useful on a Centurion who you probably don't want in combat. More useful on a Consul. Nonetheless... Okay, here is our Acolyte. So we can see this magically attuned research here now has 13 research. Whether the extra here is worth the extra gems it costs you to get over a Revenant is probably a personal thing, really. At least in the early game it lets you start getting your researching going. Now that I've got a couple of temples I can actually... Yeah, I could do that monthly. I do have enough gems, but I kind of want to save my gems for the moment. Anyway, what's your leadership? You... +1 for 3 squads. You have +1 for 3 squads. So it's kind of much of a muchness. What spells can you cast? Probably not many yet. Skeletal body. Animate skeletons. Probably for the moment just let you cast what you feel like casting. I don't think I have any different troops here. Astartes and Velites, yeah. Alright, we will do that. 100 units, well we might... That wasn't too bad. And we'll get one there. You know what we could do? Split them out. No, we couldn't because there really aren't enough of the Velites. How many are there? 18. Well, if I put them as a rear guard, they are quicker, I believe. They have a higher combat speed and a lower morale, I want to say? Yeah, lower morale. So I can have these guys as our front line. And in case of any flyers or cavalry trying to get around the back, we can have them hold and fire at the closest. There we go. Not really enough of them to make a huge difference at this point, but nonetheless. And well, this guy at least is capable of defending himself if he does get attacked. The minion monster summoner, he summons, I think, shades from memory. I don't remember if that ability is new to Dominions 5 either. I never really paid much attention to Etemu in Dominions 4. Nonetheless, let's keep going. We'll take you, you, and you. 40 bear tribe shouldn't be too much of a problem, I would hope. Once I've got my cap circle out, I'll send Etta out to do some site searching because I want to get my gem income. That should be... was it an apparition? Yep, you... I don't think these guys have changed, except for the Dark Vision's now Spirit Sight. You're generally going to find you don't get enough of them to really, you know, round them up and use them in your armies. They're pretty good troops. The problem is they're just very small in number. So everything's going fine. Nobody's doing nothing. Let's keep going. Research enchantment is complete. Yeah. Now we've got our revenants at least. Bycliffe is a battle. Let's see. Well, they don't really have any flankers, so. And yes, he's skelly spamming. I thought he might be. I think we won that. We lost 4. An event. A flock of aggressive goats has been donated to the temple. Province income. Nature gems. That's actually useful. We now have some goats. A herbivore. It can defend itself with its horns, but it prefers flight to fight. Well now, that's a very secure province right there. Anyway, we can get our revenants now. They cost 9, we're getting 12, so we're still getting a net of +3. Again, it's really personal preference which one you prefer to use. Revenants or your acolytes. Anyway, I'm using Revenants because they're on the way to the anti-magic for your research, so that's what makes that quite useful. Go down here. What do we got here? Light infantries, crossbow, heavy infantries. Shouldn't have too much trouble with that. And you... I do not have enough monies to really do much. You could search for magic sites, you can call these, which are all useless. Might as well do that, I mean, saves you doing nothing. And it stops the game whinging at me that you're doing nothing, so... Okay. Battle in Dwoana. Yes, C to turn on the coloured squares. I don't think we're having any real problems with this. Cutting the crossbows, and yeah, they're running. And our Grand Lemur actually killed someone. Oh, a whole bunch of gems. That's very useful. Very useful indeed. That was a free spawn, that guy. That's useful. We'll accept that. How many gems? 19 gems. Shadow Tree, you get free spawns and tunes we got. I'll get a Senator. I don't really see the point in them, but we'll discuss that next turn when he turns up. Still don't have enough gold for more temples. What's my Dominion strength going here? 7, so that's at max at the moment. Oh, militias, archers, heavy infantries. We should be able to do that. You know what? I might do. You don't have any... No, so what I might do with you... There, see? He's... Shades. That's what he gets. They're terrible. They really are. You can go up the front and just... Yeah. If you buff yourself with, say... What does that do? That just puts a curse. That's... No. If you give yourself pierce resistance, because why not? Can you give yourself... Are you going to target yourself with this or someone else? Why don't you try that? Give yourself some power. Give yourself some protection. What does the command do? That takes over an enemy undead. We're not going to be fighting them. I think that takes over enemy sacreds. Oh, it curses them, okay. That one takes them over. That's a useful spell. You know, and then after that, you can attack the rear. You can go and be my flanking force. There we go. You... personal luck, skeletal body. Does luck actually work on... No. Don't do personal luck because that doesn't even work on undead. Twist fate negates the first one. It's a defensive buff, I guess. It's fine. Get a shield going. We could get you to raise some skeletons. Try and get you to frighten the enemy. Why not? See if you can make them run and then cast spells. Yeah, that's everyone set up properly now. Getting 3 Astral as a random is good. This will be an anti-magic guy. Give him the Starshine Skullcap, give him a Clam of Pearls, get him to cast Power of the Spheres, and then anti-magic is the plan for you. I need construction for that. Aside from that, that's that. Right, we've got our Senator, Revenant, someone died. I always find this amusing that a ghost gets crippled and dies on a march. That just tickles my fancy. Anyway. Let's see how these things go. So you are now pierce resistant, which will help against crossbows and bows. Spears. Spears are piercing, yeah. It'll help against spears. I mean, he's got 22 protection because he's wearing plate, and he's ethereal, so he should be reasonably well protected anyway. But you know, every little helps. I think he's immortal as well, from memory. Yes, so even if he does die. Right. Let's check him out. He's got a Bane Blade, which causes decay. And he's into the commanders already. This guy... is decaying, so he is basically dead. And he got weakened by the attack, even without the decay. So Etimu can be thugged out if I need him to. He doesn't need a whole lot of extra stuff. I mean, nothing in Lemuria is a super awesome thug, but you can make reasonably good thugs, especially with their immortality. It means it's not as big a problem if they die. Earth gems are good. Misfortune +3 and magic +2, not so great. Where's that? Fortunately, our luck dominion should counteract that sooner rather than later. Right, we now have enough money for another temple. That one. There is already a site here, an arena which brings gold. That is extremely useful. And we should have our senator. Now here's a weird thing. Where is it? They are the religious leaders and rarely led armies. They do, however, actually have really good leadership. Even living troops. +1 morale for 3 squads. 150 undead, 80 regular troops. They're good leaders. The thing is, they don't really bring anything particularly special that you can't get elsewhere. They're level 2 priests, but all our Lema Thaumaturgs are also level 2s, our consuls are level 3, our Grand Lemas are level 3 priests, and the senators really aren't anything else as far as I can tell. The only thing they can really do, I guess, is call spirits, but just not in enough numbers. I mean, it's not worth spending all the death gems to summon these guys just to summon spirits. So honestly, I'm not really sure that I'd ever call any again, but you know, we'll call these guys. You can research, and I probably won't ever touch Orphan Eater again during this game. What I might do with you, now that we've got our Revenant research factory coming in, actually, speaking of which, you need to go back to doing that. We'll get you coming out and doing some site searching, just in the cap circle. I probably won't go anywhere else. Does he have any? He doesn't have any ghosts with him. He hasn't generated any. He's a monster summoner. Okay, you're building a temple. You guys, what's over here? Heavy infantry, heavy cavalry, and... oh, no. I actually thought that was the enemy. I thought I saw the green flag, but I didn't. I did, however, see this. This is Ulm. That could be a problem. So they must be around here somewhere. Lizard Shamans, if memory serves, that you can get Nature and Astral, which I guess could get me a Communion, but you can't really get them in enough numbers. I mean, thematically, I'm a nation of ghosts. I don't really want to be spending gold on the living, but I guess we can just say that we're summoning ghosts and possessing their bodies, if we want to justify ourselves. Nonetheless, I think you guys can go over here, and I'll get our cap circle going. We don't really have much of an income. Only 12 death gems a turn. Will be 13 next turn. And this episode's starting to get a bit long, so I might just get my cap circle going. Oh, we got a free spawn priest here. Not you guys aren't stealthy, are you? No, so I can't even use you as a scout. Probably just get them to call shadows just to get troops in the province to work as a province defense, really. Not much other use for them. Well, troop transporters. Yeah. Speaking of which, yeah, we don't even really have enough for another army yet, let alone commanders for it. So this will probably be the last turn of this episode. That was a long battle. Calum, alright. The flyers, that could cause problems. Battle in the Cradle of Life. Well, that shade did his job and absorbed the charge of some of those cavalry. Kill those command. Kill that priest. Kill him. You didn't get fatigued, did you? No. No fatigue for you. Well, yeah, 25. Alright, we killed the priest. And the other commander's running. I never actually saw if your Frighten did anything. Did I have someone casting Frighten, or did I not do that? Doesn't matter, we won anyway. And we didn't really lose very much, so that's useful. A group of visiting heroes. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Not fucking Bogus and these bloody stupid... Alright. I bet it's it's something or other the Dark Knight. It's very harsh that that's happened like right now. Kartuk the Troll Mage, Fang the Troll Archer, and Bogus the Troll Raider. Oh, of course. Alright. This is not going to go well for me. Did your buffs to yourself, you got... I don't know that you did. Oh well. We'll see how well we do, ain't we? I really don't expect this to go that well. Where's the other... We can't... Oh! Etimu killed somebody. What are you doing there? He's got 78 out of 74. I don't think we've done... He's got... the Precious. Okay. I need you to get him. He's got a magic weapon. Cold damage on Etimu shouldn't do too much because he's chill resistant by quite a lot. So this must have been that 103 turn battle. Oh, we got someone running. Get him! Yeah! And since Bogus is the attacker, at the point of 103 turns, he should be the one that routes. I think. We might need to put this on super fast forward, because he's certainly regenerating faster than I can kill him. This would be good if your commanders had a way to force their way through to the front, if they're on attack orders. That would, yeah. I'd like it if that happened. Or actually, he is fleeing, and we have Berserk. Well, he's gone Berserk, so he's not going to flee. But I think we're getting him down faster than he's healing at the moment. Unfortunately, I don't know if we're actually going to be able to take him out before we rout. 33. So, closer here. We've got the numbers, but Etimu can't get in. If he could get a few good hits in with his Bane Blade, or Wraith, whichever one it is, the one that causes decay, then there's a fairly good chance that Bogus would not live too long. All these green, these +8, that's his regeneration, and it's counteracting all the damage we do. So he's already back up to 46. He's not in good shape, certainly. I think even if he was running, he can't get through my troops either. We killed him though! Oh, thank goodness for that. I hate that event so much. Let's see, we found a few things. We killed them. We didn't actually lose that much either. We lost our Shade Beast and 13 of our troops. That's actually not that bad. And Etimu Heroic Precision. Just what someone without a bow needs. But never mind. Never mind. What are these items you found? Greenstone armor. Encumbrance map move penalty. That I'm not sure if that's better or worse. Magic. I think that means it won't go rusty as well. You found rainbow armor, which gives you magic resistance. But again, I'd have to double check what his normal armor is. See if it's worth it. And the precious attack skill and strength. That is not worth it for you, but I can transfer that to you because you do actually get into the combatus. It gives you 19 strength, 26 damage with your Bane Blade, and a 21 attack skill. Not too shabby. That might end up having to be it for this episode. I'll just get you to search. Yeah, because we had to. If you do a monthly ritual but you don't have enough gems, even if you've got enough gems to cast it, if it takes you down and next turn with, because I think it might cast them before your gem income. I'm not sure, but either way, if you have enough for 2 turns worth, it will keep doing the monthly. If you don't, it will not. I'm sure that made perfect sense. Anyway, got my cap circle. What happened to Ulm? They've disappeared. Anyway, that's probably going to be it. Yeah, that's pretty much time for this episode. I got my goats. I'm in a good position now. 4 extra gems. Actually, 1 more temple would get my Dom strength up to 8 as well, which is very important because that the higher your Dominion strength, the more free spawn you get in a province. Very important. But that's it for this episode. You guys probably gonna have to go back to. Can you get there in 1 turn? You can. Head back, collect reinforcements. Research is going 201. Without my pretender researching, it's a bit slower, but doesn't matter. We'll get there. We will get there. That is going to be it for this episode. So thanks very much for watching, and I will talk to you next time.